It's always hard being the backup for the star of the show.
Oh, here we go again.
While you're out there putting in the hard work, the main attraction is out there getting all of the spotlight, and more importantly, all of the money. Sometimes you can just decide to deal with it and let the chips fall where they may. Other times you have to do a little extra just to get some more attention on you.
It's hard for me to see anything else to do in the sport, because what else is there to accomplish when you're the #1 grappler?
Finally, when you've just had enough, it's time to split ways and go off on your own. That's exactly how it was for Craig Jones. The former keyboardist and sampler for heavy metal band Slipknot has parted ways with the band after... Wait. Wrong Craig Jones. Grappler one. Yeah, okay, try again. It's always hard being the backup for the star of the show. While you're out there putting in the hard work, the main attraction is out there getting all of the spotlight, and more importantly, all of the money. Sometimes you can just decide to deal with it and let the chips fall where they may. Other times you have to do a little extra just to get some more attention on you. Finally, when you've just had enough, it's time to split ways and go off on your own.
Does part of you miss working with John and everybody?
I mean, I miss certain aspects of it, but I also do prefer the freedom of being apart from it. It's obviously a very strict regime.
That's exactly how it is for Craig Jones. The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt decided enough was enough and decided to split ways with coaching legend and grappling guru John Danaher, effectively ending the Danaher Death Squad and starting his own team, B-Team Jiu-Jitsu. Now that he's the head of his own team, Jones is aiming to take it to the top of the grappling world. He's had trouble doing that since Gordon Ryan is such a dominant force in the competitive world. But now that Ryan is apparently out for the long game while dealing with whatever his stomach issues are,
I retired from grappling for a year because I couldn't even function as a human being, never mind I couldn't even hold the conversation. I was so nauseous all the time.
it might be time for Jones to come in and prove he's got what it takes. Let's take a look at the life and career of Craig Jones. Jones came into the scene at 15 years old by enrolling into his cousin's academy and studying BJJ. He got his purple belt and moved to Melbourne, where he started under Lachlan Giles, Australian BJJ expert.
He has it. Oh, he got it.
Lachlan Giles!
And eventually earned his black belt. Jones exploded into the Australian BJJ scene as a top-tier competitor and began making his moves to the international circuit. He made a name for himself by beating out every other competitor at the 2015 International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation Tournament. In 2017, Jones took the wins in the Asia and Oceania ADCC trials. When he got into the real deal, Jones proved he can hang out with the greats. Jones faced off against legend of the sport Leandro Lo and managed to take home a submission victory. While his run ended short that year, Jones let everyone know he was a contender, and he wasn't done yet. Jones got picked to join the Eddie Bravo Invitational in 2017, where he demonstrated just how good he was by beating out several heavier opponents using heel hooks. When it came down to the finals, Jones took on Gordon Ryan for the championship. Unfortunately, he didn't take it.
Oh, Ryan in on that choke. That's deep. Yep. There it is!
That's where Jones's reputation for silver started. He proved himself a strong competitor, even almost completing an armbar against Ryan, but he was facing the king and Ryan managed to pull the victory with a rear naked choke in overtime. Jones decided it was time to join John Danaher around the same time. If you know BJJ, you know John Danaher. Danaher was able to draw out the very best in Jones and helped him bring home championships, most notably in Polaris, a prominent European grappling tournament in the middleweight and light heavyweight divisions. With the Danaher Death Squad, Jones was able to train with some of the very best, and he was able to rack up quite a lot of victories over his career. But he always had the shadow looming over him that he was not only taking away any recognition from him, it was taking away gold medals too. You see, Jones has a reputation in the BJJ world. He is the world's finest runner-up, the Sultan of Silver, the #1, #2. Throughout his career, he always seems to do well, but just run short of achieving stardom. While he was with Danaher, that might have been a change in the tides. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. The biggest split that has come out of the BJJ world has always been the Danaher Death Squad death.
You just want, let me just enjoy this more. It's always a choice in life. You can be the best you possibly can, Or you can go a route where you just get to enjoy life a little more. You do other things.
Craig Jones and Nicky Ryan took some of the old squad and started a new school in Austin called B-Team Jiu-Jitsu, which Jones is the head of. Danaher and star pupil Gordon Ryan went off on their own to start a new school, also in Austin, with New Wave Jiu-Jitsu. To this day, we still don't quite know what it was that started the split, but we know that the whole Puerto Rico move in 2020 ended up being a disaster, and we know that there's some bad blood between the Ryan brothers. Their father, Gordon Sr., passed away while they were stuck in Puerto Rico, and we're guessing some words were said in anger and the two brothers couldn't handle it anymore. A lot of teams fall apart with similar stories, so the big details are probably the same. People are too close to each other, can't get enough space, and are stepping on each other's toes. Big fish in too little a pond, and the Danaher Death Squad had some big fish. The big fish, maybe it's better to say shark, that was running through everyone at that time was Gordon Ryan. If you know Gordon Ryan, you know that the king loves to let everyone know who he is and what he's about.
Guys at a really high level. Also, I want to win the next Abu Dhabi trials, ADCC trials when they come around. So that's my goal for a while.
Straight for a heel hook. Immediately gets the tap.
He's not particularly nice about it either. Being locked up in a house with Ryan must have set some people off and call it quits. The B team of the Death Squad decided it was time to go, and away they went. Jones announced on Instagram that they were forming B Team Jiu-Jitsu, consisting of himself, Nicky Ryan, Nick Rodriguez, and Ethan Kreslenstein. What was funny about that announcement was that every fighter on that team was injured. Jones has never really spoken publicly about the split, other than saying that there was bad blood. John Danaher claims that some of the grapplers liked being told they were so good and didn't like that Danaher was telling them that maybe they weren't the best and needed to train even harder.
You check social media, everyone's saying you're a god on the mat. And then you come into the gym and there's some old guy telling you you're not good enough.
Thinly veiled jab at Jones here. Danaher also claims that the B team stole a gym from them in Austin somehow.
We were left with no gym.
Not sure how that works, but either way, B-Team and New Wave now both reside in Austin, Texas. Both compete in the same events and are both at each other's throats. Now that they've got free reign to go against each other, Craig Jones and Gordon Ryan are more than willing to beat each other down. Ryan even put out bounties for his grapplers to beat B-Team members. Ryan and Jones go head to head in the most important venue of all, Instagram. Ever since the split, Ryan has been putting out comment after comment mocking the B-Team and trying to reinforce how great he is. This ranges from calling Nicky Rod a PED user, ignore the part where Ryan says it's okay to use PEDs in Jiu-Jitsu, and ignore the part where he dropped out of the Felipe Pena match. That doesn't count.
Any potential competition?
Well, first of all, no, because steroids are not illegal in Jiu-Jitsu.
Jones takes it in stride, sidestepping the more vicious attacks by Ryan in favor of a smoother, more sarcastic style.
Finally won something. Gordon Ryan's Miata. It's always been my dream to be young and successful.
I know that Gordon and you sort of go way back.
How'd you pull him off the toilet for the interview?
Pretty damn boring compared to actually seeing them match up though, but what can you do? The duo were up for a match at UFC Fight Pass Invitational, but that didn't end up happening due to squabbling over rules and Jones being given a 6-week notice. Hard sell to go against a guy like Ryan in a long match when he looks like a bear. For now, they're keeping it online. Ryan's got some harsh words for Jones, but don't get it twisted, the man is good.
Who is the Brazilian trials winner?
Oh, look at that. Tap.
If he wasn't, he wouldn't be training UFC champ Alexander Volkanovski. It's not so much a testament to Jones failing as it is to Ryan's success. I think we'd all like seeing a Cinderella story happen with Jones taking out Ryan in a dramatic match, but they'd have to actually face each other for that to happen. That hasn't happened since 2018. I used to think we'd be likely to see the two square off for real down the line, but now I'm not so sure. Ryan has been suffering from stomach issues since early this year, which has prevented him from competing. He's set to come back to WNO later this year, which might mean he is good to go, but we thought that before when he pulled out of competing in February.
Do chirp, 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 and then when I'm back,
Yeah, everyone watching me again.
Maybe if Ryan can keep his health going strong, we'll see the former teammates go at it in a match, but for now, it is up in the air. If Jones ever wants to see himself at the top, Ryan is the man he'll have to dethrone. He's currently at a loss though. Ryan hasn't gotten the gold since 2021, and his streak against King Ryan is currently 0-3. We won't know if Jones can dethrone Ryan until we see it in action. To his credit, Jones doesn't take the silver streak too seriously. He likes making jokes about his rank and doesn't take it too seriously. Hell, the name of his team is a reference to the fact that they were considered the weaker of the teams. The B team. Sure seems like he spends as much time training jiu-jitsu as he does making jokes on social media. Just look at his OnlyFans. I'm not kidding, he's got one. Go look. Fortunately, or maybe unfortunately for some of you, you won't find his Australian down unders on there, but you will find a whole bunch of jiu-jitsu videos. It's sort of a recurring theme with Jones to use comedy to promote himself and B team. Good strategy as far as things go, but you know what would get more eyes on him in the grappling space? Gold medals. Time will tell if Jones can get away from his position as the eternal number 2. We know he's got the stuff to take home the gold, but if he can't prove it, it might never happen. That's it for the life and career of Craig Jones. Will Jones ever escape the shadow of former teammate Gordon Ryan? Let us know in the comments below. As always, be sure to subscribe for more MMA and combat sports videos. See you next time.